Oh, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. Navient is hiring, Macy is hiring, Molina Health is hiring. And what better way than to have a combination of roles from these three powerful companies? So, that is exactly what this video is going to be about. So, let's dive right in. The Navient role is titled Inpatient Coder. So it's for medical billing as well as coding. And this was for those that do not know anything about Navient. Navient is a health care company. For this particular role, your focus is going to be with the revenue cycle management team. You are going to be doing a lot of project management type of work. You're also going to be doing a lot of record keeping, analysis, reports, customer service, and so forth. This is a work from home opportunity, but you do need to reside in the United States to be eligible to apply. What they are looking for is high school diploma or GED, minimum of 3 years of experience with production coding in an inpatient facility. They also require some coding certifications, which oftentimes there is nothing new with this. Medical coders are expected to have coding certification. So they do have a requirement for that. And with this position, you are also expected to do a coding test, and you must be able to pass that test so that you can move forward with the organization. So they do talk about computer training, computer equipment, and so forth. They will provide you with the equipment to work from home. They would send you all that you need to be successful. They also have a list of preferred qualifications right here that they have listed, but obviously these are preferences, so they are not requirements. So even if you do not have any of these, you are still eligible to apply. So we're going to move on to the next position, which is with Molina Health. So Molina Health is looking for an auditor clinical services. This is in the team, so utilization management. Molina is also a healthcare organization, and they are looking for an auditor. And your focus is going to be clinical services. You're going to be making sure that any type of service that is being provided by that department is of great quality. You're going to be using different quality metrics to ensure that that's happening. You are also going to be making sure that a lot of regulatory audits that are happening within the organization, such as CMS, you have regulatory bodies come and review for URAC. You also have NCQA. These are all regulatory bodies that monitor different healthcare organizations to make sure that they are providing quality care. So prepping the organization for those type of external audits is also in scope for this role. One of the things too that I have done in my previous jobs in the past is something called internal auditing. And that also falls in the bracket or in the scope for this job because in order for the organization to be successful with the external regulatory bodies, it becomes very essential that internal audits are happening so as to identify any potential risk, try to remedy those prior to the external bodies coming in to find those issues. So that's also very relevant to this position. And with this position, they are asking for you to have completed RON program or so either a bachelor's degree as a nurse or an associate's degree in nursing. So if you have a bachelor's degree or master's degree actually in social science, psychology, that could also work, public health or social work. But it looks like from the look of things, they do prefer clinicians, meaning that you're going to be focusing on a lot of clinical workflows, steps, processes, and so forth. But that's not to say that if you have a master's degree in social work or public health, that you would not be able to do that. So if you have that, I still encourage you to go ahead and submit your application for this position. With this position, they're asking for 2 years of experience in case management, utilization management, etc., disease management, TC. So that's what all of these acronyms stand for. Someone who is proficient in Molina workflow, someone who, if there's required license, having that license. If you're a nurse, they expect you to have a license. Obviously, if you're not, then that expectation is not there. With this position, they also need you to have 3 to 5 years of experience. So you need to have done case management before, disease management before, or utilization management before. 2 years of clinical auditing or review experience. Have you done any type of auditing before in a healthcare setting? Definitely make sure you call that out in your resume. And the salary for this position is between 23.76 and 51.49. I know the range is quite wide. And the reason for that is because they are looking for clinical as well as non-clinical people. So which means that if you are a non-clinician, potentially you would get on the mid-range type of offer versus somebody that is a nurse who will potentially attract towards the $51 per hour, if not even more. So that is definitely essential. And I wanted to make sure that I took some time to explain that. All right. So with that being said, right, so we're going to move on to the last role, which is with Macy's. So Macy's is looking for a specialist, market seller support. So this is a fully remote role, and this is the salary range right here. You can see between 64 and $107,000 per year. So what is Macy's looking for? For this particular role, Macy's is hoping that the individual will come in and provide outstanding type of support to the sellers using different platforms by answering a lot of their inquiries, by also addressing a lot of their concerns, working closely to make sure that any type of issues that may come up are resolved in a timely manner while they are being resolved, kind of putting new steps in place to eradicate such errors and remove such barriers in the future for the customer. So that's really primarily what this role is. We say so we respect and invest in each individual to create growth. So one of the things with Macy's is that they pride themselves in creating growth opportunities. So definitely something to think about and explore as you make your consideration whether or not Macy's is a good fit. They also talk about engaging in ongoing training development. They also talk about being able to provide feedback, evaluate. How do you do that? By creating different reports based on data points that are available, sharing it with other parties, and using those data points to communicate changes and also implement new changes, and for the most part be able to convince upper leadership that the work you're doing is rewarding and it is beneficial to the organization. So that is really what this position is. They do talk about skill set that you need, outstanding customer support that makes a lot of sense. They talk about analytical skills, problem solving skills, etc. Communication is a big one, which makes a lot of sense since you're going to be collaborating with other departments as well as teams. They also talk about being technically proficient in like Microsoft, also CRM, ticket system, which is more customer service based, is all important and relevant here. We also talk about continuous learning, willingness to engage in ongoing training and development to stay up to date with the marketplace, as well as marketplace policies and best practices and so forth. So the way we arrive at best practices is definitely through the SMEs, and that oftentimes comes with you interacting with different departments and so forth. And that's another reason why this job is attractive to me. So they're talking about who you are, so dedicated to fulfilling ideas of diversity, inclusion, and so forth. 1 to 3 years of experience in customer service. Also, candidates with a bachelor's degree or equivalent work experience in a related field are encouraged to apply. So, they're encouraging people with a bachelor's degree to apply, which means that likely they're looking for people with a bachelor's degree. That's not to say that potentially they may settle. If you are so packaged well, you're a great individual, and you know that you can potentially do this job. Everything is about putting things in the right order and then submitting your application. So you can potentially still get it. So these are some of the benefits that they offer. They do offer build education benefits funds 100% of tuition. They also talk about colleague resource groups, resources for continuous learning, employee assistance program, etc., etc. So those are the opportunities, guys. I hope you find these leads helpful. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already. Till next time, I wish you all the very best of luck, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.